How can you not draw inspiration from these surroundings? Standing on the doorstep of Motown, its smooth step in history. Hitsville, USA, home to the Queen of Soul, Detroit Rock City. Icon after icon with the platinum to back it up. Today, there's music in the air at the Alley. 5 of the game's best walk onto the lanes in search of their own sound.
We are watching greatness. Crack it open.
Under the pressure of a major championship, can they maintain harmony? Find that one unmistakable chord, that perfect note, and play it on repeat.
That's some hometown cooking.
A 10-frame solo, a bowling masterpiece. The stage is theirs.
On fire, built for this.
The 2024 PBA World Championship starts now on Fox.
We welcome you inside the iconic Thunder Bowl just outside Detroit as we wrap up the signature event of this, the 15th edition of the World Series of Bowling. Welcome to the PBA World Championship. Here's your 5-man stepladder final. An intriguing opener between the teenager Eric Jones and the reigning Player of the Year E.J. Tackett. Canadian Graham Ba is your 3 seed. The Iceman cometh, Jesper Svensson in the 2-hole, and Matt Russo is your top seed. A sold-out Thunder Bowl is music to our ears here in Motown. So happy you're here with us today on Fox. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Pedersen, the Queen, Kimberly Pressler will join us in a moment. Let's start at the top. Matt Russo telling us today this is the best year of his career, and he is in the midst of the best week of his career.
Dream week, dream season for Matt Russo. I mean, what a World Series of bowling it has been for him. The winner of the Scorpion Championship on Tuesday night. But I think what's really interesting is he had a front row seat back in 2012, 2013 to watch his idol, fellow Southpaw, Parker Bone III, the Hall of Famer, win this very event. He dreamt of it as a kid. Well, today he can make that dream a reality.
Both he and Parker Bone III from about the same area in New Jersey. Let's talk about now our opening match. What an intriguing matchup it is. The reigning Player of the Year versus maybe the Player of the Future.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Jones, what a show he put on last night in his debut on the PBA's biggest stage. The young 19-year-old averaged 241 for his 2 games, and he was flawless. Nothing fazed this kid. Look at that split conversion. And it was just execution at a high level. Can he keep the momentum going today? We'll soon find out.
Yeah, against the lone righty in our field.
The lone right-hander, E.J. Tackett. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of effect E.J. has on young Eric Jones, the reigning Player of the Year and the defending champ of this event, the last righty standing. If he can create a trough on the right side of the lane, Rob, I think E.J. climbs the ladder and he wins this.
Tackett goes for his 5th major. Jones goes for his 1st title. Both of them standing by with Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, EJ, you're the only right-hander in this telecast today. So what is the plan to climb the stepladder against all of those left-handers?
I used a ball with a bunch of surface, try to create some hook for myself. Hopefully I did a good job, and now it's just going out and executing well.
Well, that stepladder is going to start with this guy, this young gun to the right of me. What did you think of his performance to get here?
I mean, he bowled great for the 12 or 14 days we were here, and then last night he bowled unbelievable. Did great for his first go on TV. It was really impressive, and I know I'm gonna have to throw us a bunch of strikes today to beat him.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Erica, what's it like hearing such high praise from the reigning Player of the Year?
I mean, there's nothing better, right? Like, he's the voice to listen to.
And it sounds like he knows you're going to put some pressure on him today. But before the start of the show, the #1 fan, your #1 fan, your dad was here, and he played the saxophone for the national anthem. Let's take a listen to that. What was it like when you heard him playing that?
Man, I was like getting emotional. He's just so beautiful, such a great man. So it's really good to see him do his thing when I'm doing my thing.
Do you think he's your #1 fan?
Yeah, I'd give it to him.
It's split between him and your mom?
I would hope so. I would really hope so.
All right, good luck to you today.
Thank you.
I do not tire of the Eric Jones interviews. It's short, to the point, but he says a lot with his tone. How about this line when he heard his dad was going to play the national anthem with the saxophone? Quote, "Oh yeah, he's stinky with that sax." I believe that's a compliment.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Again, just 19 years of age, turns 20 in January. And he was so impressive through his 2 games last night. But what a test here against the lone righty on the show, E.J. Tackett, reigning player of the year. A win today for Tackett. He'd be right back in that conversation to win back-to-back players of the year. Here's Jones to start us off.
Picking up where he left off.
Yeah, he had these great starts last night in both of his matches, kind of put himself at ease. He was never really in a pickle at any point. Had some great spare pickups. That one in the 5th versus Knowles that really stood out last night.
It was an insane conversion. I mean, he's throwing a straight little with a little bit of a backup right up the right side. His margin for error is like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. The question in this opening match, did EJ do enough to create a nice trough for him to get to the pocket consistently?
During those practice shots, during warm-up, left the 4-pin there. Flawless on the 4-pin through the course of this tournament. That continues, now 11 for 11. So the 4 seed with a spare to start.
All right, so I know how you love some of the names of the bowling balls, some you don't really care for.
Correct. I like Jackal Ghost.
Okay, but he's not using that.
Okay.
He's using Pride Dynasty.
Nah. Just okay with that. Hyper Venom. I'm all right. Again, when are one of these companies going to sign you and I to just create our own line of bowling balls?
And we could do it. There you go.
Tackett blows up the rack. You've got connections in the bowling industry, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or at least you tell me you do.
I have one.
One. That's all it takes is one. Could be a great summer project for you and I.
I mean, I'm not sure that Brunswick or Motive would hire us anytime soon, but we have a pop with Storm.
We can be bought. We've proved that through the years. Here's the teenager from Edmond, Oklahoma.
The theme last night was the right lane. All the players talked about it. The players we interviewed this morning talked about it. It's been a topic of discussion throughout the World Series.
But what happened at the end of last night? The lanes traded places, right?
Yeah, they traded places.
The left became more challenging than the right.
First time he's left the 3-5-6 in this tournament.
Cleans it up beautifully.
You know how I know that? Because, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Let's talk oil. The Earl Anthony 43-foot oil pattern. You can see where E.J. Tackett's playing. He played farther right in practice with a very strong, aggressive bowling ball to try to burn up a spot to the right. And Eric Jones playing between second and third arrow, and the left-handers will just follow that transition towards the center part of the lane.
Jones, like the 1, 2, and 3 seeds, all lefty.
61 games, not counting practice, not counting PTQs, over 3 weeks. That's the World Series of Bowling.
That is a grind. Back on the strike train. Trying to stifle that smile. A little fist pump there in front of mom and dad.
I mean, how emotional do you think it was for him watching his dad play the sax? And by the way, it's too bad we couldn't show the entirety of what Heath did, because it was was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, there's Mom and Dad, Heath and Elizabeth. Dad got a lot of airtime last night, not going to lie.
Yes, he did. And a lot of leg work.
Yeah, a lot of up and downs, up and downs. EJ Tackett in the third, making a double. Pretty dialed in right now.
Well, that's a good sign, right? Missing that many to the right, almost 3 boards, and having it get back. And I think it'll do that on the left lane. I'm not so sure about the right lane because the right lane's tight down lane. But nonetheless, it's spare 3-bagger for EJ Tackett.
So Tackett takes a seat after 3 straight strikes. 20-pin lead over 19-year-old Eric Jones. He's up to close out the 4th. There we go, and a strike. Yeah, that gets pops up. And we were talking about his dad, Heath, playing the saxophone for the national anthem today. Yeah. Well, he did this like trade out at the local lane, right? It was starting to cost the family so much money for Eric to be bowling. So Dad said, how about if I play saxophone in the lounge at the bowling center, and in return you give my kids some free tickets to be rolling in your lane. Nice little trade out.
Yeah, it's a much better trade out than what I went through when I was a youngster trying to get some free bowling.
Do I want to know what you did?
Yeah, I used to have to spray disinfectant in rental shoes.
I love you, Randy Pedersen.
Oh, no! I saw him leave one of those in practice on the right lane. No way, on a double.
9. My goodness.
He could have tied it up with a hit there. Instead, it's a solid 9. Watch this.
How did something not hit it?
5-pin gets chopped straight back to the right.
Well, he smiles about it. Yeah, throw it better.
You can't.
I love these signs. Again, we're in Akron next weekend. Bring out those signs, Akron. Good pickup. What's our pledge, Randy, to America? You bring a good sign, we're going to put it on television.
Yep. Bring a sign, get on TV.
Super easy.
Now EJ Tackett can increase his lead to 31 with strikes in the 5th and 6th. 2-time player of the year. And tied Marshall Holman on Wednesday night with 22 career titles with his win on Shark. All of these patterns, these 4 different patterns that we use here at the World Series of Bowling, all different oils. Likes it.
Hambone!
Wait, what is that?
It's a 4-bagger. You hear the song in the background?
Yeah, it's a Hambone song.
Yeah, you know who wrote and produced that?
I can't remember.
Really? How many times did I go over this with you?
It was a soccer player.
It was,
right?
It still is, yep. A Hall of Fame soccer player. My neighbor, my partner.
Wait, not
the original
not
Ginger
Alexi.
Assassin.
Alexi?
Yes, Alexi Lawless. Wrote and composed the Hambone song.
That's pretty awesome.
That song has been around for a good decade, I think. Tackett for 5 in a row. You betcha. Oh, boy. The reigning player of the year, the defending champ on fire, Randy. When you're in Edmond, Oklahoma, there is only one place to bowl. Do you know it?
I do.
Eagle Crest Lanes. We'll show it to you coming up next. Welcome back to the PBA World Championship live on Fox. Opening match, Eric Jones versus E.J. Tackett. Jones from Edmond, Oklahoma. And during COVID, he and his dad, Heath, built a bowling lane on their property, complete with pin setter. And that's a ball return. That's not a back exercise, Randy. It's not to get that V in the back.
So cool.
Look at this.
Think of the parties you could have in your backyard, man. Just talk to Heath and grab a case of Pam,
right? And
have him hook you up.
So we asked him, like, what was the oil pattern out there? Like, we just got some Pam and sprayed it.
That's it.
the lane. By the way, our thanks to the neighbor next door for putting up with that racket.
That's awesome.
If we're anywhere in the state of Oklahoma,
we're going.
Yeah, watch out, Heath. We're knocking on your door.
Yep. Have him play the sax in the background.
Yeah, there's a big shot for his kid, Eric Jones. He needs something right now. Strikes in the first, holding fourth, off a 9 spare, and there he goes.
Beauty.
So drops all 10 there on the right lane and then slides to the left. He has got to start stringing strikes together because Tackett is on a roll, working on a 5-bagger.
You see that 5th frame for Eric Jones. If the solid 9 goes down, which it should have, we have a different ball game. That one hit is the difference between a 10-pin deficit and a 31-pin deficit.
Real calm kid. Says he's 19, acts and carries himself as a much older person. So I just crushed that racket. He did really well last night when there was that extra energy in the crowd. Packy Hanrahan really kind of delivering that last night, and I felt that Jones kind of fed off that quieter crowd this Sunday here. Again, a major on the line.
This is where EJ has to keep his foot on the accelerator.
All gas, no brakes. Crack open that 6-pack.
Highest rev rate on tour for a player that uses his thumb. EJ Tackett just ripped that rack apart.
Up 31.
Remember, folks, our last standing right-hander.
If he finds a comfort zone, watch out.
The trough.
Yep. Reigning player of the year, reigning world champion.
Hold it. Lucky to get 9. There's the miss right there. Not a good shot for EJ Tackett, but the result, excellent.
You saw this right away, Randy.
Yeah, it was dead left off his hand, and very fortunate to get 9. Honestly, surprised that it actually hit the pocket, even though it was heavy in the pocket.
Takes care of the 4-pin. So the strike streak comes to an end.
By the way, partner, all of our great stats come from our dear friends over at Lane Talk. For more information, please visit lanetalk.com and download their free app.
Free app, you tell me?
Free app.
Here's Jones looking for 3 in a row.
Gosh, Eric. That was silly.
Big right pull.
What did he do wrong there?
Yeah, just left, or excuse me, right of target.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big noise.
It's 3 times.
See, that's why I like the Packy Hanrahan
Right.
theory of having the crowd cheering throughout.
That wouldn't have phased him.
Nope, he wouldn't have heard it.
We had a long talk about this last night after the show, didn't we?
Yeah.
Nice pickup. I mean, it gets funeral parlor-esque quiet in here.
Right.
And this is a sport. These are athletes. They want that energy. They want that excitement. I don't know how we change that or if it's ever going to change or if people want it changed, but there's a lot of bowlers out there who would prefer the nonstop energy and noise and clapping and just the general crowd combustion. Love this. We talked about it last night. Won his first regional at the age of 15. The youngest player to win a PBA regional at the time, back in 2020 when the Oklahoma City Open, trying to win his first ever tour title.
That was like a home game for him being from Edmond.
Come on! Like that one.
I'm still here.
He picked that up from the veterans, right? The vets always say, like, I'm not going away. I'm still here.
He's watched some bowling on YouTube.
Well, he had some of the vets pull that line on him last night, right?
Yeah.
He had those big leads, and they would strike and say, I'm still here. And then guess what? Jones would come up unfazed and knock them all down.
Trying to get into the young man's dome. It didn't work.
Now he's trying to get into E.J. Tackett's head. Good luck with that. Tackett in the 9th, up 32, off a spare. Oh, my goodness. 4-10. How quickly things can turn.
Well, even if EJ doesn't convert this, he can still double in the 10th and win game 1. Remember, we talk about right lane versus left lane.
So an open frame on that right lane. Now Tackett pivots to the left.
Thought that was pretty good.
There's your 3 seed, the Canadian Graham Thaw, up next. Got a great story about his mom coming up in a moment.
EJ using that Pride Dynasty, Rob, but 2 of them. A fresh surface on the right lane, and then the ball he used on Shark on this left lane.
Huge shot for Tackett, up 19 now.
Maybe. All right, one more seals the deal. If he gets a spare, he will force Jones to throw all 3 to win by 1.
Re-rack.
Veteran move. Let the young man sit a little longer.
Sit and stew.
Yep, think about it. What was it you said last night? If you think, you stink?
Think you stink?
Yeah. A wise man once said, don't think it'll only hurt the ball club.
Who's that?
I think it was from
Sounds like a movie.
Bull Durham or Major League,
Yeah.
one of those. All right, EJ Tackett, one more here, and he will move on.
Player of the Year type finish.
Thank you.
And the kid can only sit and watch. He's one of the best in the game right now, E.J. Tackett, in his absolute prime.
You see that?
How's the left?
That's the last.
Oh, yeah. Commanding close for Tackett.
Great bowling, brother. We'll see you
246.
again. 100%.
Eric Jones has nothing to be ashamed of.
I hope we see more of this young man down the road.
Again, that solid 9 in the 5th. And how large that looms now. Both Eric Jones and his dad Heath did themselves proud here at the World Series of Bowling in 2024.
Yeah, no kidding.
What a joy. How refreshing.
And this is a kid who's in college. He's doing it online at Oklahoma Christian, majoring in finance. You know when finals are coming up?
When?
Next week during TOC. Yeah. Gonna have a busy week.
Yes, he will.
Great run, kid.
Go make it out.
My people, okay?
Go make it out of PTQ and Acton. I'll see you there.
Jones is done. EJ Tackett, your 4 seed, moves on. Coming up next, the man who said he peaked early and is trying to return to the top after an 8-year absence. That man, the Canadian Graham Foss, set to take on EJ Tackett when our live coverage on Fox of the PBA World Championship returns. Rob Stone, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler, welcoming you back to our continuing coverage of the World Series of Bowling here on Fox Sports. Today here on Fox, the PBA World Championship. The reigning world champion, the reigning player of the year, EJ Tackett, your 4 seed, 41 pins better than Eric Jones. Up next for him, the Canadian Graham Foss. And Kimberly standing by with your 3 seed.
Graham, you told us earlier before the show started that you felt like you peaked at the start of your career in 2016 when you won the Players' Championship. You were almost to the top of that mountain again here today. So what's going to be key to getting you there?
I'm going to have to throw good shots. I mean, EJ's obviously EJ, and he's going to strike a lot. So I'm going to have to get through him and then just see what happens with the other 2 guys.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, here's that PBA Players' Championship Kimberly talked about, February of 2016 in Columbus. Fa, the 2 seed, took care of your top seed Ryan Simonelli with a 279. Became the first Canadian at that point to win a PBA Tour title. And remember, at that point, the tournament was sponsored by Barbazol. There you go. Product placement.
Keep in mind that that was his first ever PBA national event. He
Hence,
did bowl a Masters, but...
Hence talking about why he peaked early.
Yeah.
Since then, he hasn't won anything. Well, there's a little kick out of the 7 late for Fa. Jesper Svensson, your 2 seed, he's up next. Here's Tackett. He will start on the right lane. Again, the only righty on today's show.
Last time up on the right lane.
Open frame.
See what kind of adjustment he makes. Players practicing off to the right of EJ Tackett. He was waiting for that ball to hit the pins and clear the deck. He's up and ready on the right.
Seeking his 3rd World Championship title, which would tie him for 2nd most in PBA history with Norm Duke, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and Jason Belmonte. Could you hear all that crinkling, Randy?
So you're after the bag of chips. Beauty. Nice adjustment on the right for EJ Tackett. Made a 1-1 move and follows it up with a strike on the left lane.
There's a reason there was all that crinkling in the background. I'll show you in a moment.
All right.
Strong start for Tackett. Fa up now. Currently lives in Urbana, Ohio. between Columbus and Dayton. Grew up, though, in Ontario, Canada, about an hour west of Toronto.
How many times over the last 2 broadcasts have we seen a player choose to finish on the right lane?
Every time.
No, they all finish on the left.
Oh, I'm sorry, they all finish on the left.
Right.
Correct.
Graham chose to finish on the right.
Maybe he's got some kind of Canadian voodoo working that we're not aware of. He might know something we don't.
Really nice break there, tripping the 8 out, just leaving the 6. 18 for 18 on the 6 pin for this tournament.
Nice pickup there. His mom, Connie, in attendance. And what did Mom do for us when we come to the booth here? Connie is sweet. What did she deliver us? What was her first line, though, when she came over?
She said the American moms bring cookies. The Canadian moms bring chips.
Ketchup. Ketchup chips. From there she
is. Thank you, Connie. God bless her. That was awesome.
Love Canadians.
Nicest people.
A nice kick out for Graham.
You know, we had Graham in the booth last night watching this and giving us some of his observations of the left side, and he was a great help.
Yeah, he was spot on, and that was the Just Right strike, brought to you by Just Bear, the mindful choice for high-quality protein with no antibiotics ever. Just Right, Just Bear. You know, I got 2 teenage boys in my house that would destroy some Just Bear protein. I need to get me some of that. They can't stop eating. Tackett leaves the 10.
And that shot was almost an absolute duplicate of the last one on the right lane, and this time he leaves the ring 10. What a great shot by E.J. Tackett.
Is that the first time he's left the 10?
Just inside third arrow. Let me look. It is his first 10 pin. 74, 76. That sounds like he shot a lot of 10 pins.
Sure does. Too many.
Good shot. Good shot, buddy.
By the way, are you going to eat those ketchup potato chips?
I was just going to ask you how bad you want to dig in that bag.
I don't know if I do.
You can't wait until the next break. You've been eyeing that bag since she brought him up.
My hands are going to be a mess. Tackett, strike, strike, 9 spare. Here he is in the 4th. I don't think he loved that one.
Well, look at the numbers on Strike Track. Right here, just went away, but it was a couple of boards to the right, but it still got back. And if anything, that's a good sign because it tells you have a little bit of room. And I think he has room both left and right.
Conversation time. Back to Fa.
There's his arsenal. Black Pearl urethane. And just like that, the lead changes.
Let's take a look at our Bowl TV highlights. Fa, the last person to make the cut into match play, facing Nate Purchase in the first game of match play. What did he do? Dropped to 300, moving him from 16th to 8th. And after 16 games of match play, moved all the way up to 3rd.
16 to 8th in one game.
It's a nice jump, huh?
It's a good opener.
There you go, double thumbs up. Wearing the same jersey as he is right now. Nice kid, really like talking to him.
Incredibly nice man.
Had a nice little surprise. A nice little turnout of, as he left the 7, you know, this location kind of between family and friends, so he's a lot of familiar faces here today. Tough break there, leaving the 7.
Said he's healthy for once, Rob. Had the incident with the dog.
Right, self-inflicted wounds, broke his arm rollerblading with his dog, which sounds like, you know, good multitasking until, you know, you
break your arm, rollerblading with your dog. Yeah.
Your dog, and then had a bone bruise trying to see how hard he could throw a baseball.
Yeah.
Topped out at 85 miles per hour, but bruised the bone. I don't know, how do you bruise a bone throwing a baseball?
I have no idea.
I didn't have time for the follow-up question on that one, but we just took his word for it.
I mean, I could see like strained ligament,
Bingo.
tendon.
When was the last time
rotator cuff?
When was the last time you threw a baseball?
It's been a while.
Yeah, my son and I have been throwing it out in the alley lately.
Yeah.
And like the first time you get out there and you throw it, you're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me pop that back over here. You go here. Let me try one more, kid. Tack it. Struck in the fourth. Here he is in the fifth. So back-to-back Jacks for the reigning player of the year.
He's acing the shots on the right lane, just that 110 pin. He looks real comfortable, and his execution's nice. I thought his execution Wednesday night on Shark was spectacular.
6 career World Series of Bowling wins.
Highest for any American.
Yep, second most in PBA history. Who has the most?
Jason Belmonte.
Of course he does, with 9. Kind of bummed not to see Belmo.
Yeah.
Had a good long text chat with him the other day when he's got time on his hands. He likes to throw bowling TV questions my way. Left the 7 and then got it to drop.
Not on my watch, 7.
Big break for Tackett there in the 6th. The 7 pin was hanging on. Gravity eventually won. Strong start, strong close so far to our second match for Tackett. This tournament owned by one Earl Anthony.
Sure was.
Won it a record 6 times. 2 times did it 3 years in a row.
2 three-peats.
2 three-peats.
Only one other player in the history of this event has ever three-peated. You know who that guy is? He's from Australia.
Belmo?
Yep.
Trophy and the oil pattern named after Earl Anthony. Can we just name the dang thing after him? Like the Earl Anthony World Championship?
Right. Earl would dominate this event when no other left-hander would cash.
Really? The lefty theme, I want to get to that after this Graham Foss shot.
Okay.
And some of it is probably tied into our 2 seed Jesper Svensson, who's up next. Foss. Come on, 7.
Yeah.
And the theme that so much of this World Championship, so much of this World Series of Bowling has been lefty-centric. But if you look at the season as a whole, it's been dominated by righties.
Tough season for the left-handers until this World Series. But the good left-handers, they stayed the course. They grinded it out, tried to get as many points as they could each and every week, kept their wits about them. And then once they got the bone thrown to them, guess what? They devoured it. This week.
Up by Foss, but that's this week, but there's history to that.
Absolutely. I can remember back in the day when you talk about the great left-handers like Parker Bone III, Mike Albee, Steve Cook. Our formats, we only had 2 of them, 42 game, and then our major formats, 56 games. And these guys would come in, and that first day of qualifying have nothing. And they would grind it out, make their spares, keep their wits about them, come in the next day, and all of a sudden the lanes are a little bit different on the left. They would destroy them. Because they stayed tough, they would work their way to the show. A lot of times end up winning when they had nothing day 1.
They didn't bail.
They didn't bail
on day 1.
So many times we saw other left-handers, oh, we don't have a shot this week.
Right.
Oh, we got nothing this week. And they would literally throw in the towel game 1 or 2. And
by the way, that still happens today.
And that still happens today. But the good ones, you know, they say, hey, it is what it is. I can't control this. All I can control is myself.
6 pin left standing here for Fa. This would be his 3rd straight 9 spare. Can't keep getting spares when the other guy is dropping strikes. Tack it up 22, trying to add to it. He can max out with a 2.79. Seems really slow.
Well, it was left as well. Inside of target. And he knows it, and he pays for it.
Open frame. Couldn't get the 10. Took care of the 4.
Come on, EJ.
So big opening now for Foss. Saturday on Fox, the United Football League continues in prime time. Birmingham and Houston, or San Antonio takes on the Fighting Bob Stoops from Arlington. It all kicks off Saturday, 7 Eastern on Fox. Check local listings for the game in your area. Just like that, it is an 8-pin match. The winner to take on your 2 seed, Jesper Svensson, Matt Russo, your top seed. Tack it. Back on the strike train. That nice little late kick there of the 4.
Well, he's upset with himself. It was a bad shot on the right lane. And lets Graham fall right back into this. There's your max scores, folks. Fa hasn't struck since the 4th. And that's not a good sign when you're using urethane and you're leaving weak corner pins. Graham's worked very hard on increasing his RPMs, his rev rate. Said he uses his legs a lot to try to really load and unload at the bottom. Right now, he needs a little more unload.
3 top 20 finishes this week. It's been a wonderful week for Fa here, just outside Detroit, now in Park. Takes care of the single pin conversion. He did some double duty yesterday, working the PBA pre-show yesterday with Kevin Williams, right next to us.
Obviously it's lazy. So what do you like to get on lazy? Do you like in the air? Do you like me getting more around it?
If I can catch it a little bit more through the air, then that's fine. Shim it back to a couple to the left just so it's firmer.
Okay.
You got the hold right there. That's what's getting trapped in all the hold.
I'm gonna have to move right on the left lane, and then I'll get it in the air.
Keep speed up.
Okay.
Mike Wolf, what is the adjustments needed for Graham Fa?
He's actually going to try to throw it up in the air a little bit with a little bit of loft, which is going to help his hand get around the lane more to try to get a little more shape down lane.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Come on, knock it. Couldn't get the 3-pin. Things are getting desperate right now for Team Fa.
Well, there's the loft that Mike Wolf was talking about, that ball hydroplaned. Fortunate not to leave the 7-pin with it. Now, EJ, kind of a similar theme to the last game, right? That right lane, he split late in the 9th. This time it's a split in the 7th on the right lane. Needs to make a better shot right here, right now.
Tackett with a 246 in his first game. Can max with a 245 here in our second match.
Well, that was pretty good, Rob.
That was good.
See?
Look at that.
Much better shot this time, 6 around the 10.
You see that 10 pin look like it jumped just a little bit, too.
Yeah. Shot. Nothing silly. Now, strike spare for E.J. Tackett in the 10th. We have a possibility of a tie. Remember, game 1, he needed a double to shut out Jones. Game 2, he needs a double to shut out Graham Faw.
He did it last time. Can he do it again? On the left.
Oh. And now he can lose.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe a hair fast on that shot. For E.J. Tackett coming in light, leaving the 2-4, no 10 pin. That's humming.
Hammered that one. Last shot to sit with a 213.
If he strikes, Faw will need a double and 9. Faw has not struck since the 4th frame.
5 straight, 9 spares for Faw.
Better shot.
Yep, so 213 for Tackett.
Last 2 times on this right lane for Graham Faw, which is the lane he chose to finish on. 2 flat 7s.
Again, his selection as the higher seed. But he can do it.
This is what champions are made of. Stepping up in big-time moments and getting it done. Would you agree?
Absolutely. He said this is his best year on tour so far. What an opportunity here today. Needs this strike. Will not get it. Tackett moves on.
It was a bold move that he tried to make late, Rob, with the loft.
Was it too late?
I think so. I think so. It's just too big, and just look at how early he was setting the ball down on the lane, and now he's lofting it halfway to the arrows.
Yep, and now the Iceman enters the fray. The Swede, Jesper Svensson, hits the hardwood. Plus, we ask, what pro would the PBA allow to date their sister? We welcome you back to the 4th major of the season, the PBA World Championship, live from Allen Park, Michigan. We get set for our semifinal showdown. Rob Stone, Randy Pedersen, back here with you. This is an interesting question that we're about to pose, right? Yesterday, we were talking about how you would name a bowling ball, right? Today's pressing questions with Kimberly Pressler. If you had a sister, who, if at all, would you allow them to date on the PBA Tour? Yes, that is our pressing questions with Kimberly Pressler, brought to you by Go Bowling.
Chris, I know that you have 2 sisters, so who on tour would you allow to date them?
Probably none of them.
Not a single one of them. I don't trust any of these guys.
Kyle Sherman, I'll pick him, but it had to be a really younger sister.
You know, the Tangs, I like the Tangs. So one of them want to date my hypothetical sister, that'd be all right.
If Jesper Svensson said, I kind of like your sister, I'd be quite happy. Everyone else, I'd want to murder them.
Is there anyone that you would make sure she stayed clear of?
Tommy Jones. Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones. Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones is dating my sister. How cool is that? I wouldn't think that.
Now, would it surprise you if quite a few of the guys would want their sister to stay clear of you?
Not at all. I dated most of their sisters. Some of them don't even know.
Matt Russo, I would say no, don't go near that, but he didn't listen, and he ended up marrying my sister.
At first, it was different. You know, he really didn't accept the first couple of years we were together.
I didn't like him at first, I'll be honest. Didn't talk to him. I'm like, no one is good enough for my baby sister.
And then one night we were sitting by the fire. He's like, hey, come here, let's talk. And he said, yeah, you're good. Welcome to the family. And then, yeah, we got married a couple years later.
We're rooting for each other because, you know, we're family now. So I'm rooting for him. He's rooting for me.
So there is Lauren Russo, the sister of Nick Pate. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you. Boy, Tommy Jones got slaughtered there.
Somebody get Tommy a fire extinguisher.
Oh, my goodness. That was
wow.
If you had a sister, who would you allow them to date on the tour?
Well, since you're not a bowler, I can't say you because you'd be my first choice. But my other two choices would be B.J. Moore or Jake Peters.
Oh, all right. All right. I'll go with that one. Tricky question. I liked how the pros handled it. I think they were very happy when the question was done.
My favorite was nobody.
No. Backhand hand. Coming up next, the Iceman, Jesper Svensson versus E.J. Tackett. One of them to move on to our title match. The PBA proud to have Bowlers to Veterans link as the official charity of the PBA Tour. Today's BVL Salute to Veterans. We welcome U.S. Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Tammy Sinkowski-Pruitt, served for 4 years. It's also her birthday today. Happy birthday, Tammy, and thank you for your service. To donate, please go to bvl.org. We welcome you back to the marquee event here at the PBA World Series of Bowling, the 15th edition of the World Series. It is the World Championship. It is semifinal time. E.J. Tackett, your 4-seed, up first to take on the Swede, Jesper Svensson.
His strikes today, 11 of 13 on this lane, Rob. Only 5 of 10 on the right. And he'll finish the match on the right lane. But guess what? There's something coming up that we really like to say when this player gets on television. You know that saying we use.
The Iceman cometh. Jesper Svensson from Gothenburg, Sweden. Hasn't won on the tour in 2 years. Come on, 7-pin.
That'll be the big question mark in this match. If Jesper can get out the 7-pin. He's farther left than any of the other left-handers we've seen trying to shape it. So it'll be interesting to see if the 7 cooperates.
82 for 82 in the conversion of the 7-pin. Got a little close with that one. Let's flash back to February 2016, the 51st TOC. Fire Lake Arena, Shawnee, Oklahoma. You and I were there. Svensson, the 2-seed, took care of the top seed Mitch Beasley with a 226-177 win. And in it, Svensson became the youngest ever to win the Tournament of Champions at the age of 20. It was his first career PBA major and his 3rd career overall PBA title. That was 8 years ago, the last time he won a major. An opportunity to do that again today.
There you go. Very little facial fescue back then for Jesper. Now he's got the full chin mullet going.
Yeah, it's hearty. And he's got some almost, he's got some curls up top.
Yeah. This guy can grow some great hair. And I am really jealous of that beard, by the way.
I like the left arm sleeve. He wears it well. Tackett on the right. Messenger bailed on the 10-pin.
That was so good, too.
Wow. Would it surprise you if I told you that the only 10 pins that EJ has left today have been on the right lane?
It would not. One of only 5 players to have won both the PBA Rookie and PBA Player of the Year honors in his career. You name the other 4?
Gosh. Belmonte?
Yep.
Barnes?
Yep. We just skewered him in our last segment.
Tommy Jones?
Yes. Mike Albee.
We just skewered him?
TJ took a beating.
He can't wait to see you next week.
I love Tommy Jones. I wouldn't let him date my sister, but I still love him.
Oh my gosh.
Tackett having a conversation back behind the scenes. Svensson. 9 spare strike. Here he is in the 3rd. Come on, left it again. Second time on that right lane, leaving the 7-pin.
Talked about how solid his spare shooting has been. There you look at it right there. 83 for 83, folks, on the 7-pin.
According to my math, that's 100%.
That's really good math, partner.
I'm very good at math. Very talented mathematician. Randy, registration for the 2024 PBA LBC National Championships, it is now open to bowlers of all skill levels from all centers. The PBA LBC National Championship. New location just outside Chicago, includes 2 new junior divisions, and you can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. You can even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at pba.com/LBC tournament. Svensson back on the left lane where he struck in the 2nd. 3rd time in 4 frames he's left the 7-pin.
Labeled the pocket, all 4 shots. 1 strike to show for it. The rest 7 pins. Never a good sign.
Remains clean, but he's got to sort something out with that 7-pin.
Well, he's throwing urethane, so I would think his only other option would be to jump into reactive resin.
Was he saying slow it down a little bit?
Maybe just back the ball speed down just enough to, you know, that urethane ball tends to be pretty aggressive early, but Jesper Svensson does have the highest rev rate on tour.
Last year, Tackett became the 12th player to win multiple Player of the Year titles. Win today, he's right back in the conversation for another, and
make it strike.
Where's Shotty's thrown today?
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to make it strike. Come on, man.
3-6-9-10.
The key is the back pin, the 9-pin. Seen a lot of players lately throwing it straight and hard at the 3-9. Typically try to hook it into this. Straight and hard.
Yep. Oh boy.
And that's the issue.
Really, that's the one I leave?
Great call. Great call, Randy.
Come on.
Got to regroup now.
All right, Brett, we saw you, and let's go down to the floor with tour rep for EJ Tackett, Brett Spangler. And Brett, we saw you and EJ talking just a second ago. What were you guys discussing?
Just talking about the next move on the right lane. Obviously, that's the treble lane. You know, the goal was to throw it over the front a little bit. Not a lot, just to see if it would go through the pins a little differently, because they've been so close on that right lane. The last two had kind of hit the same, so I was just trying to get it through the pins a little different. But looks like we're up against it on that lane. We're gonna have to make another adjustment.
All right, Brett, thank you.
Tackett, 3 strikes, all of them on the left lane. Here's Svensson.
IQ Tour 78U.
It's a lot.
It's your thing.
It's a lot.
Yep.
A lot for a name.
There it is.
There we go.
A little softer speed.
There we go, Iceman.
About a half a mile an hour slower, and guess what? Takes care of the 7-pin.
Have a re-rec, please.
There we go, Jesper. So his second strike, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Looking for his first pair. Just burned a re-rack. 11 pins separating him and the defending champ, EJ Tackett.
Are you kidding me?
Wow, the 10-pin on Jesper. Look at that line.
I mean, how many pins went over after the 10, and they all miss?
Force field around it.
Just a bad break. Forget it, man. That was just, that sucked. What a really nice shot.
Curls that one in nicely. Wanted a strike. He'll take a 9 spare. And we got a tight one here in our semifinal. Tackett and Svensson, the winner to advance to the title match here at the PBA World Championship. The PBA on Fox is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. Welcome back to Fox Sports Live coverage of the 2024 PBA World Championship semifinal. Match number 3, Tackett and Svensson. These two separated by 11 pins. Rob Stone, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler. Glad you're with us here today on Bart Simpson Fox. 5th major of the season next weekend. The TOC in Akron, Ohio. Can't wait for that one.
Yep. Coast-to-coast messenger for EJ Tackett to cut the deficit to 1.
Oh, the satisfying moment of the match, sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers. Nothing satisfies me quite like a robust messenger.
Hardy. For the lead.
Tackett back on top.
Ace is full the last couple of shots for EJ Tackett after the opening in the 4th. He comes back and rebounds with a 3-bagger. The lead now in Tackett's corner. Just right of 4th arrow, Rob. And this is why you put power, speed, and revolutions on a bowling ball. That pin action right there.
9-pin lead. Svensson. Here's his rebuttal in the 7th.
No way.
Oh. Really?
6-8-10 split.
Appreciate that.
Nice bit of sarcasm. 6-8-10 left for the Iceman.
Unbelievable. Hasn't missed the pocket. That's one of the worst breaks we've seen, other than the solid 9 for young Eric Jones early.
Open frame.
Well, Rob, let's take a look at some of the bad breaks that Jesper's had here at the World Series of Bowling on television. This during the Scorpion 7-pin. Right lane again, another 7. He's left 3 of those today, along with a ripper 10. There's a ring 7, and then the fast 8 in the 7th frame. Excuse me, the fast 8 with the 8-pin in the 7th frame.
Down 23. It's been a good week here. 4 top 10 finishes. Huge week to really boost his season. And he has issues again with the corner pins. 7 or the 10. Second time the 10 has been standing alone.
Hey, Rob, let's talk to T-Mac again. Timmy, what does Jesper Svensson have to do to knock all 10 down? He's ripping the pocket apart and can't strike.
Yeah, we tried to throw a little bit slower, and obviously the one strike came through for us, and then the ripper 10, as you said, going into commercial he's been really unfortunate with how the ball's going through the pin style. So we're just going to try to change angle in the 9th and 10th and see if we can't get some strikes.
Thank you, Tim.
They're going to need Tackett to make a mistake.
Yeah. Pulled a great game has Jesper. Nothing he can do now. EJ Tackett can increase his lead to 43 with the next 2 strikes in the 8th and 9th. Man, for a minute there, it looked like it was come back on the deck and take the 10 out.
That went from 7-10 to a messenger almost dropping the 10 for a ham bone to leaving the 10.
Saw the max scores just a second ago. All right. Back to the left lane, but EJ has to finish on that right lane.
Coming up next, the stars of NASCAR head to Talladega, the biggest thrill ride of the year. It's right here on Fox, also available on the Fox Sports app.
Love me some Talladega.
Randy, if you're not first,
you're last.
One good one. Let's go.
Okay, once again, folks, here are the max scores. With a strike here in the 9th, EJ Tackett cannot be shut out.
First time he hasn't struck on that left lane in this match.
Still can't be shut out if he converts the spare. .205 max score Svensson. If he converts here, he'll just need strike spare in the 10th to lock out Jesper Svensson. And that's only if Jesper strikes out. Jesper's only chance, he must sheet now, 9th and 10th frame.
Be kidding me. block put up in front of that 10. Yeah. I'm with you, Iceman.
Without question. It just unfair at times in how brutal this sport can be. His execution has been so good today. And I mean, absolutely. One strike on the right lane.
It's a joke. Good pickup. Let's be honest, you and I are big fans of this.
Yes, we are.
Man. We really like Jesper. We want to see him succeed. And there's nothing against EJ Tackett, but just some bad breaks here.
Well, if he strikes out and shoot 194, it'll be the best 194 game you've ever seen bowled on national television.
Won't matter much to him, though.
No. One strike on the left lane, one strike on the right lane, every ball in the pocket. 3 7-pins, 3 10-pins?
Yeah, 10 pins. They're crazy.
Yeah, thanks.
Where you been?
Thanks for nothing.
Burned a re-rack there.
Still not over.
It's slim, but still alive.
Now it is.
Oh, man.
184, every ball in the pocket.
Crazy.
Yep. Crazy's right.
Dirt shape.
Five pins will do it for Tackett.
And he's going to bowl the title match to defend his crown here.
Svensson, just sitting there in disbelief with the 184.
EJ's going to look at a different ball here, Rob. Yeah, that was hard to watch, honestly. Whether you're a fan or not, if you're a fan of the sport, that was hard to watch. Just went to a Venom shock there. I'm not sure that's one he's going to use, but that's a winner.
Yep. Yeah, we're in a search and reconnaissance type mission here for Tackett. Your 4 seed. Got past Eric Jones with a 246, then past Graham Faw with a 213. And now he advances past the 2 seed Jesper Svensson. So the 4 seed still alive and setting up a showdown with Matt Russo for the title. So 193 enough. Tackett continues his march. 3 straight wins. A 4th will give him his 5th major of his career and 23rd tour title. But Matt Russo standing in his way. The 1 seed seeking his first major. Russo, Tackett next.
Major championships always find a way to bring about major finishes.
Today is your day!
Saving the fireworks for the very last moment. This is the World Series of Bowling's crowning event, the final act, the big ending. The 2024 PBA World Championship Final starts now on Fox.
Welcome back inside the Thunder Bowl, just outside of Detroit. We are in Allen Park, Michigan. It is title time here at the PBA World Championship. 1 versus 4. Matt Russo, the 1 seed, taking on 4 seed EJ Tackett. Tackett looking to defend his PBA World Championship title. Also trying to insert himself into the Player of the Year race, which he won last year. Here's your tail of the tape, Randy, as we take a look at our 2 title competitors.
It looks a bit lopsided.
A little heavy on the right.
Yeah, very heavy on the right. I mean, you look at EJ's street creds, and it's already Hall of Fame worthy. He's only 31. He's climbing the ladder.
He
Rob,
sure is.
One more match. He's done a nice job of creating a good look for himself on the right lane, but honestly, that last match against Jesper Svensson, he could have lost by 50.
Again, Tackett, the lone righty on today's show. We're with you uninterrupted for this final.
Staying with the same ball in the left lane. I don't know, was that a good wow or a, I'm not sure that was so good.
Yeah.
Why didn't it hook more than that wow?
I think it was that one.
Yeah.
Here's Matthew Russo from Baldwin, Missouri, originally from Millstone, New Jersey area, not far from where Parker Bone III resides.
The great Hall of Famer. Oh, that looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Jesper's back there somewhere.
Yeah.
Grumbling.
Russo's, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
It was not important.
Oh.
It was not a great comment. I hope yours is better.
And speaking of Parker Bone, look at that. Magically.
Like magic.
Russo going with his ball of choice, the Effect.
The Effect or just Effect?
Effect.
I like the Effect better. Cleans that one up. Again, I don't know who made you and I the authority on bowling ball names, but
we're allowed to have an
opinion. I'm going to run with it. Yeah,
right?
And we got plenty of opinions on that. Well, let's talk more bowling balls here as we look at the arsenal for Matt Russo.
Yeah. The ball he's using is not on that list. According to what I'm being told, it's the Effect. It's just Effect. Huh.
7-pin. Got a little nudge there late, but not enough from the messenger.
Looking over at strike track and his numbers, another nice shot, but see how far down the lane it pushes, and then just not enough around the corner to get the weak 7 out. You got any comments on his jersey? I mean,
yeah, I do. You should
at least tell the folks what it is.
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo. I don't know. I'm not really selling it. I'm not feeling it. Woo! Skinny jeans! Squeezed into those! That was a interesting opening 2 frames.
Yeah. You think it's going to lay there?
I think the hitter will.
Okay.
I mean, that one, the first 2 were pretty good. I feel like that speed is right. Maybe just one closer to it. Let's do that.
I think either you.
Well, they learned from Jesper Svensson last game. Can't let it go too late. Tackett. Dialed in.
The difference between Svensson and Russo, Russo's using reactive, softer speed, actually creating way more motion. The result, however, is the same. Not so much for this guy.
Got that right side all to himself. Pair of strikes to open up for the defending champ.
First game, 246 winner over young Eric Jones, then 213-202. Match that came down to the 10th frame in both of those, and then their third match, EJ. Beautiful. EJ takes Jesper to the 10th.
193-184.
Yeah. Now, we said it at the top of the show. If EJ can create
the trough.
The trough on the right side, that it would just be natural progressions left for him and could possibly develop into something very nice. And it looks like it has.
Russo and Svensson are going to start like a rehab club to talk about the 7-pin today. Third straight time he's left it.
Jesper left 3 last game. Russo's left 3 in 3 frames in the championship match.
And bam, he's down 22. He is pushing his luck with these skinny jeans. There's not many left on the shelf to buy. Great surprise for Matt today. His brother Mike, his sister Ashley flew in to support him today. Dad, Tom, Mom, Maria here as well. Parker Bone III as well. The Russos and the Bone family go way back.
Just when you need it. Come on. Gotta do it. Just when I do it.
You hear him saying, we got to do it.
Looks like a ball change.
Yeah.
Going to the hater.
Here in the 4th.
It is a ball change.
Don't be a hater, be a lover.
Yeah. It took a hater to get all 10 down.
Ride the hater, man. Sometimes hate is great. First strike here in the title match for Russo, the 1 seed. I give him credit for making that change in the 4th. Don't let things slip away too far.
How many more 7 pins in a row do you need to leave?
Right. None. Tackett has been perfect through 3.
Uh-oh.
4-bagger to open up for Tackett. Oh, he's got the look of somebody that is dialed in today.
He's got that Terminator look.
Mm-hmm. That whip. He is in a comfortable place right now.
Very strong, athletic man for his size. And again, the most powerful bowling ball on the PBA Tour from a player that uses their thumb is E.J. Tackett.
Matt Russo no longer uses his thumb.
Very true. Lord.
10-pin away from an opening 5-bagger.
He's aced the first 5 shots. Two 10 pins the last game for EJ. 1 10-pin in his second match against Graham Faw. No 10 pins against Eric Jones.
You knew he was bringing the high hard one to that 10. Like, oh, you don't want to go down, do you? You're not going to have a choice here. All right, so Russo steps up here to close out the 5th.
So let me ask you something, Rob. 5 10 pins in 3.5 games. It's not bad. I think that's really good.
Feels about right, yeah. Maybe a smidge
If
high.
it was 5 in 1 game,
yeah, then
you're hosed.
Good Lord. 4th time he left the 7-pin here. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th frames. Russo's had a lot of practice at this 7-pin today. He's been cutting it close. That one right in the middle. Our thanks to Kathy Strobel, the wife of the late, great Tom Strobel. And on the right there, Vicki Ingham, the general manager here at Thunderbolt Lanes. Couldn't ask for two better hostesses.
You couldn't. Just unbelievable people.
Shots. Vicki Ingham and her crew took care of my college football crew 2 falls ago. We had a bowling outing here in the arena. Closed it off and just let us go nuts for an evening. Crew still talks about it. Really appreciate that, Vicki. Russo, just 1 strike, came in the 4th on this left lane. Here he is in the 6th. Needed it and got it.
You look at that rev rate, it's fairly on the low side for a 2-hander. But Matt Russo finds a way to make it work. I've got a little something to tell you after EJ's next shot that came from the best coach in the world, Coach Mark Baker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Did he text you?
We talked about it, and so I have the info.
Tack it on the right. Beautiful.
Coach Baker says in his 45 years, the Mount Rushmore of releases: Don Johnson, Marshall Holman, Ambletto Monticelli, Tommy Jones, and EJ Tackett.
Interesting. The Mount Rushmore of releases. I like that.
Thanks, Bakes. Good stuff. I agree with you.
Tackett trying to win his 3rd World Championship. That would tie with Norm Duke, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and Jason Belmonte for 2nd most. The great Earl Anthony with 6 World Championship titles. Tackett trying to add to the lead.
No, that one was in, though. So that's not surprising when you get it in and there's oil left of target. The ball hydroplanes and goes down the lane a little bit longer and comes in a little late, leaving that ring in 10. That's exactly what happened to Tackett there, but it's back-to-back 10 pins on that left lane.
So Russo hops up. Russo, a product of Weber International University, and he admits, I went down there to Florida mainly for bowling. Great training facility there. We've been there. Just wanted to get better, put in a ton of work, and taught me I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
I love the humbleness of that.
Yeah, I thought that was a great comment from him. Took his thumb out after the players this season because he bowled so bad. He said it changed his life, changed everything in his game.
Missed the cut at the players and said, I got to make a change. Double wood. This one's slipping away. He was really excited about today's performance, saying this is the stuff we talked about as kids, sitting there bowling for a major. This could be the best moment in the history. I have friends, I have family here. Best lefty in the sport, dominated this event, Earl Anthony. He's trying to add himself to that list, but struggles with that 7-pin, and now double wood.
Said this is what dreams are made of. It's going to take a re-rack now on this left lane. 3 frames left. Russo trailing by 31. Has not doubled yet. Just missed the pocket on the right lane. Trying to figure out a way to get the 7-pin out. He left 4 in the first 5 frames.
Former Rookie of the Year a couple years ago. Top seed at the Scorpion Championship this week. Won it for his 2nd tour title. pin. Needed that break. Desperately.
Well, if that doesn't roll over and take the 7 out, it's another flat 7. As you see the 4-pin go to the sidewall and lay there. But an assist breathes a little bit of life into Matt Russo.
Come on.
Oh, the messenger slid right in front of the 10.
That's on me. That's on me.
Crazy, huh? The player with more power actually gets the messenger to go in front.
Why is he saying that's on me?
Because he didn't ace it. He didn't throw it the way he wanted to, and it wasn't perfect. He was working on that 9 spare on the left, and he wanted to double up, but still in complete control, up by 30. And right now, his only thought is, all right, that's done. Let's get up, strike in the foundation frame, and see what happens.
Re-rack, please.
All right, let's flash back to last year's World Championship in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I miss my place. I miss my guys in Wisconsin. The Holler House. Tackett needed 2 strikes to win in the 10th. Got both to drop Jason Belmonte 254-247. It was his 4th major and his 5th win on the tour. All those adding up to PBA Player of the Year honors. A win today, and Tackett is thrust right back into that Player of the Year conversation. Bill O'Neill, Kyle Troop, Tackett telling us the one thing I need is a major to get myself in that conversation. Jeez. Boy, these corner pins lately, 7 and 10, ornery.
Well, if he converts the 10 pin, he still can't be shut out no matter what Matt Russo does in the 9th and 10th. 4-bagger, 10 pin, strike, 10 pin, 10 pin, 10 pin. Man, the redundancy of this 10 pin is just killing me.
Redundancy of the 7 pin for Russo. Tackett will take a seat and let Russo close out.
3 as good as one I can throw on that lane. One on the right lane was just a little and it was a little spinny. Slow. It was a little spinny. So
is that not the face of the guy with a loose swing? Walking over to his ball rep, Brett Spangler, and just smiling, saying, yeah, man, I aced it. You know, what can I do?
No strikes on this right lane for Russo. Gotta have it here. Gotta have it.
You won today, right lane. You won today.
His 5th 7 pin in 9 frames. You
2 days. 2 days we've been talking about that right lane.
Yeah.
You won today, right lane.
I mean, Jesper Svensson, now Matt Russo, both southpaws, and EJ Tackett broke the lanes down perfectly on the right. He was out in right field all by himself, and it looks like he's going to repeat here at the World Championship.
You're right.
I like that right field all by himself. Not chasing butterflies, not looking at dandelions, just creating his trough, creating his path to yet another major, and maybe a path to another Player of the Year title. He wins this, he's in that conversation, right?
I think he goes to the top of the list.
Over O'Neill, over Troop?
Yes, he'll have 2 titles, 1 major being one of those, but he has 7 telecasts.
And how big is that TOC going to be next week?
Yeah.
In Akron, Hall of Fame dinner on Friday, PBA Elite League on Saturday, and the TOC on Sunday on Fox. These corner pin. 7, 10, doesn't matter. Yep, he knows.
EJ Tackett is your winner. He's going to be your winner. I mean, it's 197 with a spare strike for Russo. If Tackett throws 2 gutter balls, it's 197.
So you're saying there is a chance?
No, there's no chance. EJ Tackett's winning his 5th major. What a road. You know, we talked to him earlier this morning. He said he watched yesterday and he thought Kyle Sherman, the only other right-hander, thought he played the lanes too deep. He said, I'm going to stay right as far as I can, as long as I can, break the lanes down with something really strong, something with a lot of surface. Exactly what he did.
Last shot for your 1 seed. It is done and dusted. Tackett, your champ.
What a great run for Matt Russo. And congrats on him winning the Scorpion Championship Tuesday night. But this is all EJ Tackett.
Major number 5, title number 23, EJ Tackett back in the Player of the Year race. He's just rolling it out. He's rolling it out. He wants to get to Natalie and Tripp. There they are watching.
Wow.
Get his hands on that.
How good is this guy?
World Championship.
How good is this guy?
Maybe the best in the business right now.
Let's go pick up this little trophy here.
2 great trophies for Tackett right there.
Well said. Well said, Rob.
Morning again, man.
Our PBA Tour coverage continues next week, and we are live from AMF Riviera Lanes in Fair Lawn, Ohio. Saturday, we bring you the regular season finale of the PBA Elite League presented by Snickers. That's at 4 Eastern on FS1. On Sunday, we move over to Bart Simpson Fox, 1 Eastern, the 5th and final major of the year, the TOC. Coming up next, NASCAR Race Day from Talladega. For Randy Pedersen, Kimberly, Pressler, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. Thanks for watching the PBA on Fox.
Thank you, Detroit. Thank you, guys. I love y'all. Love this place.